Giant human-like immortal creatures threaten to destroy humanity. They kill whomever they please, and nothing can stop them since they're immortal. There is a manga series, there is an animated series, and the only thing missing now is a live-action movie of the ultra-popular Attack on Titan anime. So without any further ado, here's Attack on Titan 2022 movie first look. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Where did the rumors begin? Well, if you've been living under a rock for these past few years, then you probably didn't notice that Attack on Titan, the anime show, has been one of the most popular in the entire world. And if you didn't live under a rock, then you probably heard some hype around this anime. Well, all of this is most definitely fueled by the fact that the manga by the same title, illustrated by Hajime Isayama, has taken the world by storm. Ever since it came out back in 2009, the fans have been buying them like crazy, and to date, Hajime has sold over 76 million copies worldwide. How's that for success? Now, back in 2015, there was a Japanese version of Attack on Titan, and the movie was released in 2 parts. It was somewhat popular, and it earned $46 million, and if you're a big fan of anime, then you've probably seen a snippet of a short clip from the movie somewhere on social media. It's the one with those creepy giants grabbing the Japanese soldiers by the foot and eating him alive. Yeah, that face is not creepy at all. But he's not alone. It's said that Warner Brothers will be teaming up with a publishing company from Japan that goes by the name of Kodansha. The team they've managed to put together that will be tasked with executing this live-action movie adaptation of the anime is going to include huge names like David Heyman, who is behind Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts and is now the producer of this movie, as well as Masaoka, who is part of the crew on Mega Man, and of course Andy Muschietti, plus his sister Barbara, who have managed to turn Stephen King's It into a $700 million box office success on a mere $35 million budget. That's 20 times the initial investment. We bet Warner Brothers were more than happy. But why did Warner choose Muschietti? Before we talk about Warner Brothers' decision, don't forget to smash that like button. It keeps the almighty YouTube algorithm happy, and you keep getting these videos for free. The reason we're questioning Warner's choices is because the guy did admit to not being a hardcore anime or manga fan.
I'm not a hardcore manga or anime consumer.
But then again, he did say that Robotech was one of the most impactful shows from his childhood, so he's been around anime long enough to know what's what.
I find it fascinating, and there's a lot of themes there that attract me a lot, that I want to talk about.
And when he was asked about this upcoming project, Muschietti just replied, "It's a story that I first saw the anime and then the manga. I find it fascinating. There's a lot of themes there that attract me a lot, that I want to talk about. It's also a fascinating horror adventure. There's also all the elements of human drama, so I really want to do it." And as if this wasn't enough proof to convince some of you, we've also found out that Muschietti and his sister started their first production company. And this wouldn't be too exciting, but then we saw that Barbara and Andy have listed Attack on Titan as one of their upcoming projects. What will the movie be about? Well, since the anime was received well by fans, this show is probably going to look for ways to capitalize on that. In other words, it's very likely that the director will try to adapt part of the animated show for the big screen. After all, Andy did say that there are some interesting themes about human drama and horror adventure that he would like to explore.
That's impossible. That wall's 50 meters high. Oh, God.
So we're gonna go out on a limb here and say that Andy will try to adapt the first season of the animated show and bring it to the big screen. And if memory serves us correctly, that's the one where Eren Yeager is still a young boy that lives with his mother in the town of Shiganshina. The wall of the city gets breached by Colossus Titan and the Armored Titan. During the mayhem, Eren's mother falls victim to one of the Titans and she's eaten alive right before Eren's eyes.
No! We can't just leave her! I love you! You hear me? Stay alive!
So we're assuming that the movie will start off with this scene. For example, they'll feature the hero and his backstory, then they'll show him joining the military and swearing that he'll fight the Titans and exact his revenge on each of them because they killed his mother. And just like in the anime, Eren will probably be joined by Armin Arlert and Mikasa Ackerman, his childhood friends. However, covering Eren's entire story in a single movie will inevitably degrade the quality of the plot, and it would just seem rushed. In order to avoid that, the simple solution would be to have 4 movies made that would cover Eren's story in depth. The only thing we can do now is hope and pray that the movie will be received well enough to make Warner Brothers sign another contract and make a sequel to the first movie. Since the second option is much more lucrative, we're gonna go out on a limb and say Warner will go with this one. But we also wanted to know, when's the actual release date? This is something we've been wondering about ourselves. Officially, Warner Brothers have not released a public statement saying that Attack on Titan will be released in year X. Now, we do know that the pandemic has complicated a lot of things recently, and because Andy Muschietti is really busy with his other project, a movie adaptation of The Flash starring Ezra Miller, we're gonna assume that he'll be devoting a lot of his time to this project. After all, that's what he's been working on tirelessly ever since the release of the second It movie. But after the release date, we don't see any obstacles that would prevent him from focusing on Attack on Titan next. So if everything goes according to plan, we might see Attack on Titan appear sometime during the winter of 2022, or maybe even the beginning of 2023. Who's gonna be starring? As we've said, nothing is certain yet, but that doesn't stop fans from expressing their theories about the casting choices. In fact, Screen Rant came up with their own list that they've used to make 10 actor suggestions that would be perfect in the movie. The first one is Ian Alexander in the role of Eren, Lyrica Okano to play Mikasa, Eren's best friend. Then they've suggested Jaden Martell in the role of Armin, Erwin to be played by the iconic Anthony Mackie, all while Woody Harrelson is chosen by the fans to portray Hans. Now, we don't know if they'll go with any of these suggestions, but they should definitely listen about making Anthony Mackie part of the upcoming cast. Is there a trailer out? Now this right here is a pretty difficult question to answer. Why? Because the answer is yes and no. Yes, because there are heaps of amateur trailers out there and they're all the same. They all start off with the line, "It doesn't matter what I want, cause I can't do a damn thing about it."
It doesn't matter what I want, cause I can't do a damn thing about it.
And right after this intro, these amateur editors are showing us what the movie can become if they decide to work hard and develop it. Now, we also said no, and the reason for that is simple. There's not a single official trailer released from Warner Brothers, nor do we know what will happen in this live-action movie. Will they end it on a cliffhanger, or will they show the entire storyline in a single movie? Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. On a related note, do you think that Andy will bring the pure Titan back to life, the one that was 350 meters tall? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.